Hello everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. And in this video I want to show you my tea journal, so let's have a cup of tea together. If you are a tea lover like me, I hope that this video will be interesting for you because it's everything tea related. So I want to show you my finished tea journal that I was using last year for like about half a year. And also a few other tea related things. I want to prepare a new insert to start a new tea journal, and also want to show you this book that I'm reading now. And yeah, I have here a cup of tea. It's a tea video, so I made myself a cup of tea, and this is Moomin tea. This is relatively new tea that I got last week, I think, sometime. It's a Moomin tea called Berry Picking. Really cute packaging as always, and I really like most of these Moomin teas. They collaborate with Finnish brand Nordquist, and I think all Moomin tea is a collaboration with this brand, but there are many different kinds of tea, many varieties. I had a Moomin tea advent calendar in December last year and was really great, and they have quite a few different kinds. So I think this is like the newest one that I got, and it's super cute. The packaging is very, very cute. Look at this. And also I like that every single one of this tea tags, let's take it out. I think now it's ready. So I have a little glass bowl here where I can put this tea bag, and I will remove this and save it for my journal. So every single one of this tea tag, it's different, the image is different on every single one. And like on one side it's always Moomin House, and another one has a different illustration. So I collect all this for my journal, and I think I can show you a few more. Yeah, so I have here already a few more. Yeah, look at this, look how cute these are. Every image is different, and I don't know if it's like in every pack of this tea, like that all of them are different, or like it's the same in every pack. I have no idea, but yeah, every tea bag is different, which is very cute. If you have Moomin and tea lover in your life, or if it's you, then I can definitely recommend this one. It's a black tea with red berries and vanilla, and it's very good. I like black tea, especially black tea with different berries and fruits and berries, and it's very nice flavor, and it smells also so nice. It has a bit of like a creamy taste. I even don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I really like it. I also started to read this book about tea because this year, in the beginning of the year, I wrote a little list for myself, like kind of like a list of topics that I would like to explore, like things that I would like to learn more about. And tea is actually one of those things, because I realized that I really like tea, but I don't know a lot about tea. Like I know some basics, but not a lot. So I wanted to explore this topic a bit more and read a few books. And for me, if I want to know more about something, I always read books. Because I know that like there are many videos on YouTube, for example, and a lot of information in internet, different articles and stuff like that, but I prefer books. I like books, and so I want to read a few books about tea, like maybe also history of tea and stuff like that. And this is the first one that I got. This was recommendation from a friend. I can't say a lot yet about this book. I just started to read it. This is basically a guide to world of tea, some basic information about how to pick a good tea and like what to look at if you want to choose a really good tea, and how to prepare different kinds of, how to make a perfect cup of tea or something like that. And there is also a detailed information about different kinds of tea, black tea, green tea, white tea, etc. Like a more detailed information about that, but yeah, I just started to read it, so I can't say a lot about this book yet, if I like it or not, and if it's useful. But it's quite interesting for me because, as I said, I have like a really very basic knowledge about tea. So there is some new information for me here already, even if I just started, and I marked some things here with this sticky notes, and I also want to copy some of this information to my tea journal and like kind of make some notes for myself, or maybe not necessarily copy, but just write some new information that I learned from this book also in my tea journal. So I marked some things here. But yeah, as I said, I just started and can't say a lot about this book yet, but it's quite interesting, and there are some illustrations in this book. It's like a little tea guide. I will let you know how is it going with this book and if I can recommend it when I finished it. But I already saved a few more books, like for later, a few books that I want to order maybe, or maybe take in the library or something like that. I found one book about history of tea, and also I think one detailed guide about tea, so let's see. So this is also one of my little projects for this year, learn a bit more about tea. And I don't want to become like a tea expert or anything like that, but I just would like to expand my very poor knowledge about tea, because I really drink a lot of tea and I like to try new kinds of tea, so I thought that I might learn something about it. And maybe find some new kinds of tea that I haven't tried yet but would like to try, things like that. So from time to time in my videos about tea journal, I also will be showing you some books about tea that I read or that I am reading now, and if I find a good book, something that I really liked, something tea related, I also will include that in my tea journal videos. So I hope this will be interesting for you. And also some of you asked share more about the tea that I drink, so I will make a cup of tea for each of this video and will show you the tea that I drink, and like if I found something new, or share with you some of my old favorites. And this is my tea journal, and this is already a second insert, like second volume of this journal that I finished, and I have a flip through of the first one on my channel already, so I will leave a link if you haven't seen that video and if you would like to see what's in the first one. So this is the second one that I used last year, and I just finished it recently, like a few days ago. And this journal for me is basically a collection of all the tea that I've tried, packaging from the tea, and just short information about the tea, if I liked it or not, if I would like to buy it again, and like what exactly I liked it. I don't journal a lot about the tea that I drank. It's more kind of like a place to save all that pretty packaging and just have all the tea that I drank in one place, and then I can refer back to this journal and see which kinds of tea I already tried, what I liked, and if I want to purchase some of those again. So this is the cover of this journal, and I think first few pages in this journal I already showed, and I have a journal with me video about this few pages, and I think it was actually my last tea journal video, so I will link that one as well. You can watch it if you missed it and if you want to see how I made these pages. But then after that I had a break and I didn't use this journal for a while. I just been collecting all the packaging, but I didn't add anything new, and I got back to it sometime in autumn and added here all the tea that I collected in autumn. And in the end of this journal, or like second half of this journal, it's my tea advent calendars of this year. I also included here the Moomin biscuits that I had. They were quite nice as well. And some chocolate packaging. Sometimes I also add here some packaging from chocolate or sweets, because I think it goes well together. Sometimes I have tea and a piece of chocolate or some pastry or something like that, or a biscuit. So if I have some pretty packaging from chocolate, I also included here. And yeah, I think these pages I didn't show yet. That's already autumn pages, some tea that I was drinking in autumn. This was my order from a shop called Tea Heritage. It's based in France, and I really like their packaging. So basically all the tea bags are shaped as different animals or leaves or plants, or like teapots, for example. It's very, very pretty. I think sometime I showed it on my Instagram, and the tea is also very good, and you can choose the kind of tea that you want. Like you can pick the shape of your tea bag, and also there will be then a few different kinds of tea that you can choose from. So it's not like only one kind of tea for this specific tea bag, for example, but you can pick different ones. So I included all this also in my journal because it was so cute, and I think I tried 5 different kinds of tea from this shop, and all of them were very good. So sometime I would like to order again from them. Oh, this was one of my favorite teas from Gothenburg. The packaging was just basically this craft bag with handwritten title, like with handwritten name of the tea, but it was so good. It was called Cozy Autumn, and it was really such a nice autumn tea, like with mix of different fruits, berries, spices. It was kind of spicy, but really nice for a cold autumn day. So sometime I definitely also want to get this one again. And this one is from a tiny tea shop in Gothenburg, but I know that they have this in autumn. At least I know that they have this one, so I just have to go to Gothenburg again then in autumn to get the tea. And this is one of my favorite tea shops in Sweden called Kränku, and it's based in Visby on Gotland. I lived in Visby for a year and I found this shop accidentally, so I just basically went inside there and noticed and saw that, like, oh, that's a really nice tea shop, and bought a few packs of tea there in the shop when I lived in Visby, and I fell in love with this shop and their selection of teas. They have a really huge selection of teas, and all of them are very good. And they also have an online shop, at least in Sweden. I don't know if they ship outside of Sweden, but I can order it online. So now at least 2 or 3 times a year I place a new order in this shop and refill my favorites. Some of this packaging is really colorful and it's so nice to look at it. And I always feel sad, like, throwing away things like that. So that was one of the reasons why I actually started this journal, because tea packaging is really pretty and I didn't want to throw it away, and I was collecting it for a while. but I didn't really know what to do with it. And I just felt sad throwing this away. It's like so pretty, all these tea bags and tea boxes. And then I started a tea journal because I thought, why not to put all this in a journal and have a tea collection like this in one journal. It's already 2 journals, and there will be more definitely. But yeah, I really like these journals. I like that they are very colorful, and they also remind me about some tea that I tried and really liked, and that maybe sometime I can get again. Also some Moomin tea. I have tried a lot of Moomin tea last year because I brought a few packs of Moomin tea from Finland. When I was there in June, I got a few different kinds of Moomin tea there. Yeah, okay, and this is already the part with advent calendars. So last year I had 3 advent calendars in December, 3 tea advent calendars. First I had only 2, but then I also got one as a gift from my friend. So all in all I had 3, and it was really great to try all those different kinds of tea. So the first one was from Krenko, from this shop that I already mentioned, and I think it already was the 5th time that we are getting this advent calendar from Krenko, and this is a tradition that I have together with my husband. So this is this tea. It's like a small bag with a loose tea, and it's enough for making a pot of tea, small teapot. So we always make it together and just sit down then in the evening or in the afternoon and have a little cozy tea party together with my husband. Drink this tea every day in December. Every day it's a different kind, and we're also trying to guess then which tea is it, because we already know a lot of teas from this shop, so we are always trying to guess if that's something that we already know and maybe even have at home, or is it something new. And it's always really fun, and I think it's my favorite part of the day in December to have this tea party with my husband, to have a new tea from this tea advent calendar. So this is basically this first tea advent calendar that we had in December. I saved all the packaging like with the numbers and just wrote what kind of tea it was and if I liked it or not. And most of the teas from this tea advent calendar were really good. There were hardly any that I didn't like. I think there was only one that I didn't really like, or like, not that I didn't like it, but compared to many other ones it was just nothing special. It tasted more like hot water with a little bit of like a berry flavor or something like that, so it was very weak compared to others. And I like strong tea, like very flavorful and strong, so I think that was the only one that I didn't really like, and all the rest were really good. And there were some of the old favorites that we already have and also have at home and drink regularly, and also many new kinds that we haven't tried yet. And every year it's different, so it's always fun to have this. Then, as I already mentioned, I had this Moomin tea advent calendar, and this was my morning or afternoon tea, usually depending on the tea inside. There were quite many black teas in this calendar, but I think also a few rooibos and a few white and green teas as well. So I just cut out the packaging then afterwards and added some pieces from the packaging from this tea, and this is also from the packaging, like all these cute moments. The packaging was super cute as well, so I added this, and yeah, also just wrote what kind of tea it was. This is the name of the tea also from the packaging, and I just wrote like what kind of tea it was and if I liked it or not. And also same with the previous advent calendar, I liked almost everything in this advent calendar. It was really tasty most of these teas were very, very good. And some I already knew because, as I said, I brought some from Finland this year, so some were familiar, but also there were quite many new kinds of tea. And I also used lots of Moomin stickers, of course, to decorate it. I also had a Moomin sticker calendar where I had like a new sticker like this every day in December as well, so I used all the stickers from that calendar in here to decorate these pages. And this is just another page with some packaging. And the last tea advent calendar was this one from English Tea Shop. I also really like this brand, and I tried already quite many kinds of tea from them, and I got this one from a friend in the advent calendar from her, and it was on 1st of December, so it was like advent calendar inside of advent calendar, which was really fun. And yeah, like it was really unexpected, but very nice, because thanks to this advent calendar I also had evening tea. So basically I had this one for a cozy tea party with my husband. Moomin tea was mainly my morning tea or sometimes afternoon tea, because most of these were black or green teas, and this one was mainly herbs and berries, and there also was some black tea in here, but also really many kinds of fruit and herbal tea, so the kind of tea that is nice to drink in the evening because it's not caffeinated. Yeah, so it was really great to get this one too, and I tried a few new kinds from this advent calendar that I didn't know yet. I also saved all these tea tags here, so these are all kinds of tea that were inside this advent calendar. But I didn't really expect to have another tea advent calendar this year, so I didn't have enough pages for it in this journal, and I didn't want to start a new journal for this advent calendar. So I used all the pages in this insert and even the cover, and also had to add one extra page like this. So it all kind of cramped together very much and kind of busy, because I just didn't expect that I will have this tea advent calendar and so much of additional tea packaging. I thought that I have enough pages for these two advent calendars that I knew that I have, but this was kind of unexpected, so it's a little bit all kind of cramped together, but I still like how it looks, and I like that I could fit everything in one journal, because I really wanted to have all 3 tea advent calendars in one journal and don't start a new insert for this one. So I had to improvise a bit to be able to add all this packaging. So yeah, as you can see, I even used the back cover. I also had to add this, and it's a bit out of order, because first I have the page here, then it goes like this, so I have 16 and 17 here, and then I have to go back like 18, and this is like the last one. Yeah, so it's a bit chaotic, but I know where to look at, and still I like how it turned out. So yeah, this is my second finished tea journal with all the tea packaging that I've collected, I think starting from, I don't know, maybe late spring last year. I actually don't remember when I got this, when I started this journal. Yeah, I really like how it turned out, so I think now it's time to archive this journal. I will put it together with my first one, and then I can go back to it from time to time. And also, in case if you're wondering if I save the same, if I add the same kinds of tea in these journals, no, all these are different. So if I already have some tea in one of my tea journals, I won't add it again. So all the tea that I have here, it's all different kinds of tea, and in my previous journal also they are all different, and I didn't add anything here that I already had before in that previous journal. There might be a few small things, like if I got an order from, I don't know, like from this tea shop, for example, so I could add the same card that I got, like they all include this thank you cards, so I might have the same card in another journal as well, or something like that, but all kinds of tea that I add here are different in every journal. Yeah, so this is my second finished tea journal, and I won't start a new insert right away. Right now I want to do it soon, and I already prepared a new insert. I will be using this craft paper insert this time. So this is going to be my next tea journal, and I collected a lot of tea packaging already that I have to add to this journal. I think I have enough of tea packaging already for like half of this journal probably, or maybe even more. I have this cute little hedgehog box that I also got in Gothenburg, also in the tea shop. And here I collect all the tea packaging, and it's already full. Like, look at this, it's completely filled with tea bags and this little tea tags and stuff like that. So I still have to sort through all this and see if there are any things that I already have in one of my journals, and also sometimes I just have two of the same tea bags because I forgot that I already saved this one. Might be that there are some things that I already have, so I have to sort through all this, and I think then in the next tea journal video I will start this new journal. And I think the only thing that I wanted to do, I just want to add this cute mouse postcard to the cover. I just recently got this postcard. This is from Nettle and Twig. I already mentioned her shop a few times, and this is also a new sticker that I got from her. And I really love her cute, cozy characters. I have quite many of them in this journal, and there are quite many mice and other animals having tea parties on her illustrations, like this, for example. Yeah, and there are quite many of her characters in here, like also this, for example, here. Yeah, so I want to add this postcard to a cover. I just want to have a simple cover, not to overthink too much. And I think this postcard is very fitting for a tea journal. I love mice. I think mice are absolutely adorable. I really like this mice illustrations, and I think this cozy mice that with teacups and having tea parties are perfect for this journal. I have a few more postcards and stickers with these characters that I'm going to use them later in this journal also. This sticker is absolutely adorable, and I think I have a few more new stickers that I got just a few days ago. Yeah, here's another tea party, and this same mouse as a sticker, and also this cute bear with a cake, I think also fits for this journal. This will be my new tea journal, and I also have this tea stamp from Liberty HK, kind of like a dictionary stamp. I really like this dictionary stamps, and I would just stamp it here. Well, it's not perfect, but it's okay. So, very simple cover, but I really like how it looks. I really like to have this cute mouse with a teacup. It's a cute little birdie. Very cozy. So this is going to be my new tea journal. And yeah, and then in the next video I will show you all this new tea packaging that I want to add. Probably I will start to do it slowly, and yeah, some pages I will make. Maybe I will start doing something already off camera, but sometimes from time to time I will be making this tea journal updates and showing you what I already did and making some new pages with you, and also if I will get any new books or when I will make some progress on this one, then also will update you on that. So I hope this tea video was interesting for you and inspiring, and as always, thank you so much for watching and see you in my next videos. Bye!